Finding life purpose, it could be difficult because we are living in the world full of distraction, full of social pressures, the pressure from the family, friends, from teacher, and we are distracted to really feel who we really are, our strengths, our weakness, and what makes us really happy and not. And really, we are disconnected to feel who we are. Then we get lost. And why am I here? What am I supposed to do? I remember when my son was around 16 at high school, I was in a meeting with a teacher and him, and the teacher asked, "So what do you want to be?" And my son said, "I want to be myself." And teacher said, "Well, like doctor or lawyer or psychologist or something like that." Then my son said, it's a profession. I just don't want to be anybody. I want to be myself. I want to do what I want. So that's also a surprise the teacher. And it was also the way I had been always raising him to feel and to be in touch with, to know ourselves. So in a spiritual kind of perspective, and also the way I was also brought up in Japan and with Buddhism and Shinto, the existence on this earth in a kind of universal level is already the purpose, just being on this earth, like the tree, like the flower, like even the spider has a purpose in his life because it's in the cycle of nature and part of our ecosystem. So our existence, just being on this earth itself, is the purpose. However, it is very difficult to just think, "Oh, I'm here and this is my purpose." So I'm going to share how to live with your life purpose. And I myself also went through some life lessons. And life purpose can be just very simple. It's just to keep growing ourselves as a person. For example, I used to believe my life purpose in the material world was really in my professions, and it was more related to my profession and bringing this Japanese cultural heritage, bridging the Western and Japanese business world, and achieving as a consultant, speaker. And I did all of that. And I thought it was the purpose. And I was doing the life purpose of being this cross-cultural consultant in business and solving lots of problems in the corporate world. However, I got stuck when I got ill. And then when I was doing nothing, what is my life purpose? And that's actually brought me thinking. For example, there are many stages in our life we think about our life purpose. And for me, it was when I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease 20 years ago. It was just so hard to get through. And also 10 years ago when I went through some difficult, really life-threatening time, I realized, okay, one of my life purpose is really how to deal with, how to get over this. Not just to get over the illness, but how to live with it and how still live peacefully and joyfully and give love to others while I'm on this state. Suffering is not the suffering. We go through suffering, but it's not the purpose. The purpose for me was how to live peacefully and beautifully and joyfully, whatever the situation I had been in. Of course, it is difficult when we are in so much pain, I can tell you. But even that moment, we can actually discipline ourselves to find the peace and joy somewhere, and the love and compassion. And that was, in that state, that was the purpose of my life that I realized. So, for example, if you are working on the kind of repetitive job and you don't feel any passion, or maybe you just retired from the work you have been doing. You have been maybe the surgeon in the hospital, and suddenly you don't have to do anything. And then you might think, oh, what am I doing here? What's the purpose for my life? Or you might be choosing a subject to study. What do you want to be? What is the purpose for my life? So in that state, then you might be thinking that the purpose you had was gone. That was more like material purpose. And maybe a material purpose or something that you have achieved. And the real purpose that we can feel is that we can actually assess what is my strengths, what is our weakness, and what makes me happy, what makes me unhappy, what I struggle. And sometimes this struggle and the weakness, just to get all to find a way to live with that or to improve. This can be the life lesson that we have to go through. Maybe going through that will be the purpose of your life. And then the strengths. For example, if you had been gifted with certain skills, for example, if you're a surgeon, you have such a great skill. And then when you are not able to use that skill, then what is the purpose? But by using that, there was the secondary purpose. You had been much deeper, fundamental purpose of your life. This could have been bringing the healing, compassion to other people. So we can actually assess our situation by from something visible that you are doing. You can be artist and you are actually bringing lots of beautiful art. But through that, what have I been giving to other people in intangible way? So what is intangible purpose? So it could be compassion. So then when you, for example, the example of the surgeon, when he retires, to find the purpose is what have I been given? More intangibly, it was the healing to people. It was probably the compassion or by passing the knowledge, by teaching what to do. So maybe as a surgeon, maybe you could have been also a wonderful teacher. So when you will have this empty blank of finding the purpose, you can also assess, how can I use skill? And how can I use this intangible skill or intangible purpose in another way? So this surgeon could, for example, start writing and to pass the knowledge and to heal more people or to help more people. Or he could be also do teaching, or maybe he can also start doing other activities that he could reach more people and bring more compassion. So it is very important to find this intangible purpose that we can bring to each person. So I am sharing this Japanese wisdom, ancient wisdom through this channel, and I teach. Also, I'm also still in corporate world and I'm an artist and I'm doing lots of different things. But the purpose I feel is really bringing this peace and joy to others and also to myself, to live as joyfully as possible and then to share this energy. That is my real purpose that I feel. So then some tangible, so first we find intangible purpose, then apply to tangible purpose. That's in this way, we can actually combine both from the spiritual purpose and also from the actual tangible action related purpose. Then even when the action related purpose disappears, you can actually apply to something else. And also when we are not able to do anything, being sick or getting old, but still we exist on this earth. But if we have this intangible purpose, strong belief that why we are here, then always you can go back to the core of yourself, of your purpose. Hope that makes sense to you. By the way, part of my purpose in life to share this joy, this peace, I'm launching the private community from September, so where we can share lots of insights and Japanese wisdom. So it's called the Japanese Wisdom Club. So more details, there will be a link below, and you can register yourself to receive more information. Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you. Also look forward to interacting each of you. See you next time. Thank you.